Hello, my darling Scorpios. This is Jamie Dawn, your professional psychic advisor, and I'm bringing to you your Saturn in Capricorn for the next 2.5 years. And 2018, 19, and part of 2020 is going to offer to you Saturn sitting in that third house. Now, Saturn in the third house could bring you quite a bit of mental acuity on a very deep level, which I know you Scorpios like to go really deep to understand things. This is a great 2.5 years for deepening your learning and your connections with those of like mind. You also have to pay attention to that side of you with Saturn sitting there, that it could get a little critical of mind as well. And it can cause you, if you are, let's say you're noticing your mind is just moving 100 times a minute, you get ungrounded and it just starts to create anxiety and you start to lose that breath. Right? So you got to pay attention to how the mind can also unearth that breath and create instability there. And so you're going to really benefit yourself if you're working with things like yoga or running or martial arts or anything that will help you to regulate your breath work, to bring you back. So if you're noticing that you're trying to understand something really deeply, and because you want to get that degree or you want to learn that work for that next certification or whatever it might be, that you don't overthink things, or that there's 100 million thoughts going at one time and you can't seem to focus on one thing, because that would frustrate you. That would also cause you to maybe get that shortness of breath, right? So you have to be careful of those sorts of things. So breath work would really serve you, Scorpio, as you are working with Saturn sitting there in Capricorn in that third house. The other thing that this Saturn in Capricorn will do for you is it will actually help put some structure into those writings, those teachings, the things that you've learned all these years, that you've been, all that information that maybe you've been gathering. It's a great time for you to publish. So if you're wanting to finish up a book, or you have some poetry you're trying to get out there, or just some connections even on social media that you're wanting, a blog, anything like that, this is a great time to start manifesting it. It's got to be grounded in truth though, and that's something with Saturn in that third house. It really goes for that deeper truth. And it's not going to have that superficiality of small talk. So any subject matter, and of course this is very much in alignment with you, Scorpio, you want something deep and meaningful. So you may find that this is a really nice complement to have Saturn in that third house, so that anything that you are putting out there to your friends, to your neighbors, to your co-workers on a really close connected level, you'll find that it has deep meaning, not just for yourself, but for them as well. And that just gives you a greater sense of purpose to keep going. And you need that sense of purpose. I think that's the other thing with Saturn in that third house, is that whatever you say, whatever you're studying, whatever you're learning, really needs to have a purpose behind it. And in doing so, it will invite you to want to do it more. It will create a longing for more of the learning. So, and if you're stuck at one point in the next 2.5 years where you go through a little bit of a lull, this could actually be a really nice comfort place for you to come back to, is to your learnings and to what you are wanting to, if nothing else, write about or talk about, communicate with yourself. Watch also, because Saturn can have that shadow side of criticism that comes out, judgment, that you don't judge yourself. Don't let your mind go into that negative self-talk, because that is a tendency with Saturn sitting in that third house. So, and it may not just be for yourself. You have to watch how it could be communicated to other people, even unconsciously. So just be aware of that. But I like Saturn for you in your third house. I feel like it's a great place for you to be able to get some really good information that is needed out into this world. Be fearless, Scorpio. Thanks so much. You know where to find me, Jamie at jamiedawn.com. Take care.